on a notch higher to incorporate our brothers and sisters from across the globe. That is going to have over 80 participants join us on the third day, coming from across the world to be able to look at the theme Digital Africa Rising. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I will request that we'll be upstanding for our anthem, the national anthem. Then we'll have the East African anthem and an official opening prayer led by Professor Lucy Keganane. I request her to come forward to the podium so that we can have those three items move concurrently as we stand. And during this opportunity, you can be able to move forward for our participants who have already settled. If you may kindly move forward, a step forward to avoid a lot of interruptions with the guests who will be coming in late. So we're going to have our national anthem. Media team, over to you.
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Good morning, and let us pray. Our mighty and everlasting Father, we are here to give you honor and glory for giving us this wonderful opportunity for this conference, that we may be able to sharpen one another. We thank you for journey mercies for each one of us. And now, dear Lord Almighty, we commit everything in your hands, that as we start off this morning, that you are going to lead and guide us, guide every session, guide every speaker, and every presenter. We thank you, mighty King, and we pray that you will be with us as we begin and take us through to the end. This we ask in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. You may take your seats. And thank you, Professor Lucy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to run through a few announcements this morning as we start off our conference. The first thing is to most sincerely welcome all of us to the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference 2024. And I would have wished to shake the hand of everyone the Kenyan way. But now that I'm not able to do that, I would like you to turn to your neighbor and tell them, Karibu Sana. Most welcome, most welcome. Karibu. Yes, yes, please. Yes, take that moment and welcome them. Yes, it's a great pleasure and a great honor to have all of us in this forum where history is going to be made as we get to the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Forum with the Digital Africa Rising. Indeed, we would like to be part and parcel of the history-making process and the journey that is going to begin here. We were here again last year, and something great was born and began. And for sure enough, this year we witnessed the second arena of our annual Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Forum, where we gather as players in one sector, the cooperative sector, the space for cooperatives, to be able to deliberate, look at policy issues, look at what is happening in practice, And being the university, we like to look at theory meeting the practice. What we teach, we like to meet it, yes, hear it from the experts in the field, have the correct discourse as we discuss issues digital Africa rising. We are talking of great things happening in the digital space. Yes, AI, all of us are aware of that. There's a lot of issues about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, big data. And the question is, what is there for us in cooperatives? Has this anything to do with the cooperatives? Or it has to do with other sectors of the economy? Therefore, as we look at the digital era, as we look at the ever-changing technological space, as we look at the Internet of Things, within the next 5 days, we would like to ask ourselves, where is the space for cooperatives in this digital transformation that is happening? And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to really recognize all of us who are here. I know we have quite a number of our delegates who are still coming in, but you'll allow me to recognize the respective county governments that are represented here. So if the delegates who are coming representing these county governments are here, by a show of hand, you can just shoot your hand and we will be able to appreciate them. And how do you do it? Please. Unafanya nini? Alafu? Is that okay? Tumepata? To appreciate them? Let's go. All right, the first county government with us today, we have Homa Bay County. Have the delegates been able to arrive in absentia? Let's appreciate them, please. Kajiado County. Appreciate them. Kitui County Government. Appreciate them. Nyeri County Government. Appreciate them. Uasin Gishu County Government. Let's appreciate them, please. Baringo County Government, let's appreciate them. Yes, and Embu County Government, County Assembly, let's appreciate them. And thank you so much, the county governments and assemblies, for partnering with the university and the organizers of this conference to make it a success. At this moment, I would also like to appreciate our various institutions, and the list is long. And therefore, I will be able to categorize them from all the NACOs present. Can we see the NACOs represented here? I know the list was there. I can see Brother Commander is here. I can see Sasra is there. Please, let's appreciate them. Thank you, thank you. I know they will have a special session in the program as keynote speakers, and at that moment we'll be able to recognize them. We also recognize other unions, cooperative unions. We have Machakos Coop Union, a clap for Machakos Coop Union, please. Machakos Housing Cooperative Society, a clap for them. And the Meru Dairy, a clap for them. Thank you, thank you. We have quite a number of SACCOs that have registered to be here. And I'll read through, and then from there we'll do one club. We'll appreciate, we have Acumen Sacco, Baburi Wananchi Sacco, Best Rock Sacco, Blue Eagle Sacco, B-Smart Sacco, Coop Bank Sacco, Crescent Takafu Sacco, Defense Sacco, Dhabiti Sacco, Arambe Sacco, Azina Sacco, IG Sacco, Jamii Sacco, Jamii Yetu Sacco, then Kenya, USA Diaspora Sacco, KMA Sacco, Majanes Sacco, Menta Sacco, Mwalim National, NRS Sacco, Nyati Sacco, Police Sacco, Port Sacco, Prime Time Sacco, Siraji Sacco, Skyline Sacco, Smart Saver Sacco, Trans Elite Sacco, Ufanisi Sacco, Ukagusi Sacco, Unitas, Division Sacco, Stima Sacco, New 40 Sacco, and the Trans Nation Sacco. Please, a round of applause for those Saccos. Let's appreciate them. Thank you. We'll continue recognizing your presence. I know there are those who may have registered just this morning. Therefore, I will be able to take note and acknowledge your presence. We have, of course, other representations from the global communities. St. Sasra is here, DGRV, ILO, FSD Kenya, MFI Solutions, NCBA, Klusa, Democracy at Work Institute, that is Darwin. A clap for them, please. Thank you. So for all the delegates coming in, kindly we'll be able to take cognizance and appreciate you in the course of the program. Now, at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make a few announcements. One, our program for the event and all the materials are going to be scanned using the QR code sheet that is given in the booklet that you have. Do you all have that? Yes, please. Realize we are saying Digital Africa Rising. Let us save our environment. One thing that we realized is that most of these programs and more of these materials, quite often than not, when printed, we leave them behind the conference hall. But once you get that QR code, you have a permanent record, a digital record that you can always make reference to, even long after the second cooperative movement stakeholders forum. And therefore, please feel free to access our materials in regard to the event program. The event photos, we'll have quite a number of photos taken. And at this moment, I would like to give kind of a disclaimer that we have provided tags for all of us. And we've been able to indicate that due to data protection issues within the country, that your photos, once you take the name tag, will be able to give an indication of whether or not you choose to have your photo taken. And that is, we have the blue lanyards, we have the orange lanyards, and the black lanyard. So if at the registration desk you choose not to have your photo taken, then you'll have the black lanyard with you. That will at least be able to give an indication to the media team that you do not choose to have your photo taken. However, the orange and the blue lanyards, we are okay, we'll be able to take the photos, but also use them in the most professional way and manner as enshrined for in our laws. So please take note of that. And therefore, if there have any colleagues that you feel that you're not comfortable with having your photo taken, please make sure you have your black lanyard, and we'll ensure that we adhere to our commitment. Now, the orange lanyards, those are part of the organizers of this conference. That is a cooperative university team, and in case of any query, any question, any form of assistance you may require, you can reach out to any of us with the orange lanyard. I will be able to get assistance on that. The rest of the materials, of course, we have the conference website, which is still provided of the QR codes, and all other materials, including the university programs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, I would like to have a special session to recognize our sponsors who have made it possible for us to be here. We really, really appreciate all our sponsors, and I do not know, I'm hoping that most of them have been able to register. We have sponsors under the Ushirika category. We earned 5 categories, and the first category is the Ushirika category. There we have NCBA Clusa. Are you around, please? NCBA Clusa? We appreciate you most sincerely. In absentia, we have the Transnational Circle. It's a sponsor and our Ushirika category. We have any representation? Still not yet registered. We recognize you in absentia. We have Azina Circle. We have any representation from Azina Circle? And thank you for your sponsorship. We have the new KPCU. Please, the 4 of them, can we do a round of applause for them? 1 to go? Thank you. Thank you to our Ushirika sponsors. Then the second category is the bronze category. Now, under this bronze category, we have 2 organizations. We have New Fortis Circle. Are you present? Again, in absentia, please feel most appreciated. Then we have the CIC group. CIC group, still not yet registered. We also appreciate the 2 organizations that are in that category. Once again, a round of applause for our bronze sponsors. Thank you. Now we come to the silver sponsors. And for this, together with the gold and the platinum, we're going to give you 3 minutes each, a representative from those organizations, to just say jambo to the participants. Therefore, the first category under the silver sponsorship, we have a Steamer Circle. Is the Steamer Circle represented? Wow, please let's appreciate Steamer Circle. Yes, shortly I'll be calling you to take the floor to give us a short address from Stima Sacco. MFI Solutions. MFI Solutions. In absentia, please let's appreciate them. A clap. Now, our gold sponsors. FSD Kenya. A representative from FSD Kenya is coming in shortly. The Kenya National Police DT Sacco. Please, let's appreciate Kenya Police DT Sacco. Once again, thank you so much. Then our platinum sponsors. ILO, you have a representative? Please, let's appreciate ILO. Thank you. Coop Bank, the cooperative bank. In absentia, let us appreciate them. Thank you. Therefore, for the organizations represented, starting with the silver sponsors, we'll have Stima Sacco. Please come forward. Let's appreciate them, please, as they come forward.
Good morning, delegates. My name is Phyllis Maitha. All protocols observed. Karibuni sana. The discussion today is very close to our hearts as Stima Sacco because we are aware and cognizant that the future is digital. And anybody who doesn't plug in is going to be left behind or be left to die a natural death. So we are delighted to be part of this meeting. And as Stima, we have led by example. We are digitizing, we're in the process of digitizing most of our platforms and to be able to offer our members access to products and services from wherever they are. So asanteni sana and karibuni. And back to the MC.
To have FSD Kenya, I know someone is walking in, is coming in.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Good morning once more. The VC and your team, all protocol observed. My name is David Kangogo. I'm the National Vice Chairman of Kenya National Police DT Sacco. I've just come to stand in for my chairman who is still on the way coming. And the topic of the day is very key. First, I should say that we should support the cooperative university to do what they are doing. And I'm happy the cooperative sector now are working as a team. And that is very key for us. Digitization is very key. In Kenya National Police Sacco, 99% of our business is done through digital. All our business now, we move to digital. We have got 8 branches and 1 virtual branch, but 99% of that is done through virtual business. So we encourage any other Sacco, any institution who is not in IT to move to that direction because it makes business easy, efficiency easy, and members are happy. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kenya National Police Sacco, for that. A 2 factorial for him, please. Thank you, thank you. And on behalf of the university, we're saying thank you for the collaboration and partnership that we continue to enjoy with the Kenya National Police DT Sacco. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'll call upon Dr. Amrik Haya to come and give a brief from FSD Kenya. Let's appreciate our gold sponsor, please. Appreciate them.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. It's a great pleasure to be here today with all of you. I have never been to an annual cooperative conference before, so this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for me as well to learn. FSD Kenya, just to give people a bit of background, is a Kenyan trust, and we work on inclusive financial sector development. So our work is really to catalyze or facilitate the market for financial inclusion in Kenya. And we are supported by a sort of a donor consortium, in particular the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the British government, and the Swedish Development Agency, SIDA. And you know, we've done a lot of work, I think, quite relevant really to this meeting. We have these, what we call strategic drivers, among which is digital, gender, MSEs, and green. But digital, I think, is particularly appropriate, really, for this particular convening. And we've done quite a lot of work in the past, you know, supporting SASRA, supporting the SACO movement. We've also done a lot of work with our much more small-scale, if you like, co-ops or associations, which is the chamas. You know, they are surely the bedrock. You know, that's where a lot of us convene and work together, you know, to build our economies. So, you know, the SACOs and chamas are both two sectors where we've worked very closely in the past. But in addition, we have been doing some innovation work on worker cooperatives, you know, through our sort of innovation wing, trying to see how digitization can help to sort of bring a form of scale and aggregation into worker cooperatives and enable them as well, you know, workers, you know, could be plumbers, electricians, and so forth, to again find opportunities. So we see there being a very big opportunity for this conjunction between our mutuals, our co-ops, our societies here in Kenya, and digitization, you know, to really build our economy from the bottom, actually. And I think I'll just conclude with one more reflection, which is very important, you know, to me, as we're thinking about what funds or finances our development in Kenya. You know, particularly through innovation, we've got a lot of external capital is very costly for us. And we know that, you know, the banking sector, the financial sector is not always structured to be able to fund, you know, take on risk and finance development. And that there's a lot of competition, let's face it, for domestic capital. You know, government is also a borrower of domestic capital. So I think that really raises the question, you know, for FSDs, what's the role of our co-ops, our SACOs, our mutuals, in driving the kind of development that we want for the people, you know, of Kenya, whether we are farmers, whether we're business people, whether we are casual workers, and so forth. And we see a lot of potential there, and we see digitization could be a great tool, and that's why I'm excited to be here today, and very excited to be part of this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you. A round of applause to Factorio. Thank you, FSD Kenya. We are indeed indebted to you, and we say thank you once more from the Cooperative University for being a great partner, a close friend that we can rely to as we deliver on our core mandate as a university. And thank you so much, our partners and our sponsors, gold category. Then we have a platinum. Do we have a cooperative bank representation? Yet, not yet. And ILO. So as indicated within the course of the program, we'll be able to slot you an opportunity so that you can be able to say jumbo to the delegates and let them know that indeed you are trustworthy and good and reliable partners that have worked with us this journey of trying to digitalize, transform our cooperative movement. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take us forward to the next session of our program. And before I'll call upon a few speakers who are going to set the tone for the 5 days, I'd just like to rephrase our light a few issues. Our theme this year is Digital Africa Rising. And as we do this, I would like some questions to be at the back of your mind. Please, let these questions be there, because for us, last year we did make a promise that as a university, we'd like to have a conference or conferences with a difference, where we come here, have real dialogue, a dialogue that is going to transform and change into policy, cause a policy change, as an institution. We're committed to that. And as we do the policy changes, we are going also to see implementation of those policies so that we can be able to change our cooperative movement and add value as an academic institution. We support the 5th pillar of cooperatives. You know there are 7 pillars, and for us, education, training, and innovation is at the heartbeat of the university. And we give a promise to the cooperative movement will consistently educate, train, and innovate to provide solutions for our great cooperative movement. And therefore, as we navigate the issues around the digital era and all about the digital economy, we need to ask ourselves, what is the impact as this digital era brought, one, globally, secondly, as a region in Africa and the Kenyan context? We'd like to see this digital era. When you talk of Internet of Things, when you talk of big data, when you talk of the ever-changing technology, when you talk of AI, what impact has this brought to the cooperative space? One, globally. Second, we look at it as an African continent. And finally, within our own country. And as we do that, are there opportunities that we can be able to leverage? Or we only wait for other sectors? So as the cooperative leaders, we'll be able to answer those questions. The impact that we perceive this has brought. And secondly, what opportunities are going to be there? So to be able to deliver that, we have quite a series of activities, great speakers who are going to come before you. And I pray that we'll mean to be very attentive. At times I know the coastal weather can carry us away. But I will make it interesting, we'll make it short, so that we're able to grasp almost 100% of what our facilitators are going to do. And as we do that, as we look at the opportunities, we are all aware that the year 2025 has been declared by the UN as an International Year of Co-operatives. So again, it is coming in at a point whereby cooperatives are being recognized as one of the key transformation vehicles that can cause socio-economic development of any people. Then we also look at locally the government better program, bottom-up economic transformation agenda. There's a lot that the government has put in. We are talking of the digital superhighway, which is there. And we ask, as all this infrastructure development are going on the area of ICT, what is it there for cooperatives? What is it in there for us? Because that is an investment deliberately the government is doing, because they have realized the power of technology on trying to develop any society. And as they do that, do we have a space in cooperatives to be able to do that? How about the tech industry? Most of the blue chip companies, all of them have a foot now in our country. So for cooperatives in this country, we ask ourselves, what is there for us? And as we answer those questions, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that at the 10:30 break, once we are done with our first session, we'll do a group photo. So the photo is going to be taken just outside the main auditorium, where we have the photo booth there. It's just going to take us less than 2 minutes. And thereafter, we'll proceed for our 10 o'clock tea. All our teas are going to be served on the right-hand side of the auditorium. And the exit door, there's one exit door there. There's a second exit door there, and we'll have a third exit door there. So in case you need to get out, those are the exit doors that you can use. And our 10 o'clock teas and the 4 o'clock tea breaks, all of them will have them outside where we have the exhibition booths. Let's also explore what is at the exhibition booths. We have organizations that have come to exhibit. Let's take an opportunity to go and see what is going to be out there, even as we engage over 10 o'clock tea. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish also to let us know for our the convenience spaces, our washrooms are just directly opposite this auditorium. When you walk out upstairs, the washrooms are up there, and you can be able to utilize them. Now, with that, I wish to rest the issues of announcements at that point, but in case of any clarification, please get in touch with any of the officers with an orange lanyard to be able to grant you some information or assistance as you may require. Now, at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, it is my humble duty to now call upon our Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academic, cooperative development, research and innovation at the Cooperative University of Kenya, Professor Isaac Nyamongo, to address us, give his remarks, and set to context the purpose we are here. Please let's appreciate Professor Nyamongo.
Thank you, Chris. The Chair of Council, Dr. Jeremy Bundi, the Council members who are here, the CUK Vice Chancellor, Professor Kamau Ngamau, CEO Sasra, Peter Njuguna over there, kindly let's appreciate him. Representatives of the State Department of Cooperatives who are here, the management of the Cooperative University of Kenya, ICA, Dr. Sivachi Yoge here. Let's appreciate her. The county governments that are represented, the platform cooperatives consortium, Professor Treber, our sponsors who are here, my friend, Dr. Amrik Heya, FSD Kenya, representatives of the movement, see Nachu is here, Engineer Dr. Kamande, the circles that are represented here. It's a great pleasure for me to speak this morning to us, and particularly on the theme that we are going to consider. The digital economy. Perhaps some of you have had a chance to read The Nation this morning at page 10. The digital economy is expected to contribute 0.62 trillion Kenya shillings by the year 2030. And the government's own bottom-up economic transformation agenda also underscores the integration of digital technologies into key sectors, into agriculture, into trade, into MSMEs, into financial services. So the question that we need to ask ourselves then is, what benefits could cooperatives draw from this direction that we are taking? What benefits do cooperatives draw from integrating digital technology into their operation? And that is really the focus for us here this week. And I would like to thank, of course, management of the Cooperative University, the State Department of Cooperatives, and the New School Platform Cooperative Consortium in New York for really us coming together to talk about this. And we know that technology is central to Africa's mobile telephony aided march towards, the global marketplace. And just to give you some statistics, in January 2024, about 74% of all web traffic in Africa were through mobile phones, 74%. And in Kenya alone, 2024 June, we had mobile phone penetration, this from the Communication Authority of Kenya, of 133%, and with at least 98% of those under 4G. We know we are moving to the 5th generation 5G, but 98% of those 103% are under 4G. Therefore, the theme that we have, Digital Africa Rising, is apt. I think we can't have a better time to talk about this than now. And as we move towards big data increasingly, then we need to rely on mobile telephony. We need to rely on digital gadgets. And we know that data is becoming the new oil. Without data, you cannot make decisions that are well informed. And therefore, for me, going the digital way, we really have no choice. Going into digital technology comes with, of course, advantages, greater access to information. increased sense of agency, potential for new entrepreneurship within the digital sphere, improve decision making, because then now you have data to drive those decisions. And the role of platform cooperatives should particularly, and we keep talking about the youth, I think for me, this is where we have an opportunity to bring the youth into the cooperative space, because you know, this is an age that has comparative advantage in terms of digital literacy compared to our parents' generation. And I wouldn't want to go into what a platform cooperative is, but it does, you know, align to all the principles of cooperatives. And there are three potential benefits that I see us going into the digital sphere, you know, utilizing the digital space and digital technologies. I see this in agriculture. You know, it helps spur interest among the youth and help tackle the challenge of, you know, if you look at the data that we have about, you know, the farmers in this country over the years, the average age of a Kenyan farmer has been going up, has been increasing, implying that we are not having enough youth joining that sector. And the question then we need to ask ourselves, what does it have to do, or what threats does this pose in terms of food security? You know, and therefore, if we can spur interest from the youth through use of technologies, why not? And there are many other examples that I could give. But just finally to mention that as a university, we are developing what we are calling the Kenya Rural Transformation Centers digital platform that is supported by the African Development Bank. And this is a platform that is going to link farmers with both upstream and downstream players. Upstream in terms of access to finances and input suppliers, but also downstream in terms of value addition, markets, and market access. And we are hoping that you know, the conference that we have this week at Digital Africa Rising will create the impetus, will spur the interest amongst the movement so that we can together march towards a digital Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Nyamongo. Once more, let's appreciate Professor Nyamongo as he takes his seat. Yes, Professor Isaac Nyamongo heads the division that is responsible for academic affairs, cooperative development, research and innovation at the Cooperative University of Kenya, where this activity squarely falls. So his brains, his insights have really led us into consolidating the ideas that have culminated to the second annual Cooperative Movement Forum. Thank you, Professor. At this moment, I would like to call on stage now Professor Esther Gesheru, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya in charge for finance, planning and administration, and a cooperator, Kwandamu. Let's appreciate Professor Gesheru. She'll give her remarks, and thereafter we'll invite for us a guest and a great partner of the Cooperative University of Kenya from the new school, Professor Trevor, to also give his remarks. Karibu sana, Prof.
Thank you very much. Our Master of Ceremony, the Chairman of the Council of the Cooperative University of Kenya, Dr. Jeremy Budi, the members of Council present, the Vice Chancellor of the Cooperative University of Kenya, the ICA Regional Director, Dr. Sivas Chioge, the Chairman of the various national cooperative organizations present, the CEOs of the national cooperative organizations, our sponsors for this event, and Professor Clember Scott, who is from the PCC. I would like to just give a few remarks before I introduce Professor Clember to also address us. Mine is to welcome all of you to this second Cooperative University of Kenya Stakeholders Annual Conference. I think this is a very important forum because it is bringing stakeholders together in the cooperative sector to discuss matters related to cooperatives. Like I said, this is our second one, and from the lessons learned from the first one that we held, we see that there is a great need for us to be coming together, especially the cooperative movement in Kenya and even in Africa, and the Cooperative University of Kenya. Because the Cooperative University being the training institution for the cooperative movement, there is a lot that we can share. We have research products which we need to share with our cooperatives. Although this is not an academic or scientific conference, because we normally hold that every year in July, but here also we have a lot of knowledge to share and to learn from the cooperative movement. So the theme for this year, as has been said, the Digital Africanizing Conference, we are holding it together with in collaboration with Platform Cooperative Consortium, the Ministry in charge of cooperative development. Yeah, we all came together and thought that this is the theme that we should give to this year's conference. And this theme will allow participants to scrutinize various thematic areas in cooperatives. We have many themes in cooperatives, but this year we are going to be looking at the anticipated new normal in relation to those themes, looking into them through the digital lens. So this is the difference that it will make, because it has been said that, yeah, we are going digital. Everything is digital these days. We are in the information era, and we cannot continue doing things the normal way and then expect to survive in a new norm. So we have to position ourselves and see how do we survive in the new norm. And that is why we thought this is a very relevant topic for this year's conference. We'll of course be looking at our cooperatives, and sometimes we say that cooperatives are in crisis. We look at them as being in crisis because our cooperative identity statement is not being observed the way it should be. We know the 1995 Cooperative Identity Statement, and we have not been really following it as cooperatives as we should. And it is going to help us through this conference to see, are we in crisis, in which areas, and how can the digital era probably bridge the gap to ensure that we work as we should do. So we should at this time be able also to empower our cooperatives to progressively determine their own, determine their own destiny. We've been talking about self-regulation, and when we come to digital platforms, I think those are going to make us move faster towards that direction. So I'm very happy to have all of you in this conference. And I want also to say, it is also coming just after the Pan-African Parliament also passed the common law for Africa. So we have a common ground upon which we are going to base our legislations in the region. And doing that, and then adopting the cooperative platforms that we shall be talking about during this period, we are going to go far, and we shall be guided by a law that is common to all of us, so that every country is not doing things the way they want. There is a well-researched law that is going to guide us. So when we combine this with the cooperative platforms, the cooperative platforms that we are going to be talking about, I think we are going to go far as a continent and even as a country, Kenya. So for me, I'm very delighted to be here, and I hope that during these 2 days, and then thereafter, I think we shall be talking more thereafter about the second conference, because they are two in one. We shall learn more about what we are going to do. So with those remarks, I would like to add my remarks there before I introduce Professor Kleber. Yeah, so let me now take this opportunity to introduce one of us. Because he's new to us, I will give his profile so that we start knowing him now before we go to the second conference, where he will have a lot of contribution and connection, because for the second conference, I can say that is his baby. Professor Kleber, who I have known for 9 years now, is a professor at the New School in New York, a faculty associate at Harvard's Berkman Klein Center, and a visiting researcher at the Berlin Socio-Science Center. He holds a PhD from the University of Plymouth and focuses on cooperative entrepreneurship in the digital economy. Scores is widely known for developing the concept platform cooperatives, work on digital platforms, promoting economic, social, labor, and environmental justice. A global keynote speaker, he has delivered hundreds of talks during his research with diverse audiences. His work has earned support from institutions like the European Commission, the Rockefeller Foundation, Google.org, and others. His books, Own This, that's the title of one of his books, Own This, which won the Joyce Rothschild Book Award, the Umba Worked and Underpaid, have been translated into multiple languages, establishing a new academic subfield of solidarity tech. In 2017, Scott founded the Platform Cooperativism Consortium, PCC, at the New School, followed by the Institute for the Cooperative Digital Economy in 2019. The PCC has driven discussions on digital transformation within the cooperative movement through 10 major global conferences in cities such as Hong Kong, New York, Rio de Janeiro, Berlin, and others. And now, today, we are in Mombasa to witness this within the next 3 days after the 2-day stakeholders conference. So with those remarks, the CV is long, but I would like now to welcome to the stage Professor Kleber Scott to give his remarks. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Let me just give you, I thought what would be nice is you see the Platform Co-op Consortium, and I thought maybe I give you the story just to give a little bit of context where this work comes from, because I think there are two things here, right? On the one hand, you have cooperatives, and they face digitization, right? This has been said a few times now. So co-ops need to face digitization, but on the other hand, they can also contribute to the digital economy, right? So not just sort of transform themselves, but also actually leave a mark on the already existing digital economy by offering more fair work in that sector, right? So when I started this work in 2014, we organized a conference. I had just written an essay, and suddenly there were tens of thousands of people who were sort of inspired by this idea of bringing these 7 cooperative principles that you all know so well to the digital economy, to ride-hailing, to the Ubers and taxis, right, that you see here. Like, just imagine to run a company like Uber, but as a cooperative, right, as a worker cooperative. And so today there are over 638 companies like that in 53 countries that have followed this path and experiment with this, right? So I think there are a few established companies that make tens of millions of dollars, but most of them are small, and they're experimenting now in over 60 countries with this idea, right? So what would this look like when you take your local economy, take the cooperative principles and apply this to the digital economy, to the care sector, to design, to the arts, right, to ride-hailing, and what can you do with your data cooperatives, right? So these are sort of ideas that we want to explore and learn from you and learn from your successes, and maybe somewhere in the middle come up with something that inspires all of us. So over the next few days, we will have a lot of people coming from, I think it's over 30 countries. And I hope that there can be some fruitful exchange and we can all learn from each other. And I feel very honored and humbled by the invitation to stand here today with you and by this collaboration. So thank you to Professor Gichero, thank you to the Cooperative University, and to the government of Kenya, of course. So I look forward to the next few days. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Please let's appreciate the last 2 speakers, Professor Gichero and Professor Trevor. Please let's appreciate them. All right, thank you so much. And for Professor Trevor, karibu Kenya. Welcome to Kenya. Asante. Now at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, it is my humble duty to now call upon our Vice Chancellor of the Cooperative University of Kenya, Professor Kamau Gamau is going to give his remarks, and thereafter is going to call upon our Chair of the Council of the Cooperative University of Kenya, Dr. Jeremy Bundi, to deliver his remarks and recognize the members of Council of the University, and then I'll be able to direct you on the next part of the program. Please let's appreciate the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kamau Gamau.
Good morning. Good morning. Now that we are in Pwani, hamjamboni. Yes, karibuni sana. Welcome to this second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference 2024. The chairman of the Cooperative University of Kenya Governing Council, Dr. Jeremy Bundi, the members of the CUK Governing Council who are present, our guests and co-partner in this joint cooperative conference, the founding director of Platform Cooperative Consortium, Professor Trevor Scholz, who has just been here, distinguished guests, leaders of national and county governments, and the cooperative movement. We have various stakeholders. The NACOs are represented here. We have Mr. Peter Njuguna Sasra, CEO, who is here. I think others should be able to join us shortly. Dr. Chionge Sifa, you around? I had like, yes, you're just directly behind me and I've not seen you. Karibu sana. Yes, we have all the other leaders from the cooperatives in the counties, in the, at the various levels. We have our conference sponsors, some of them who have not arrived, others are already here, and they had been given an opportunity to just give their short messages. Good morning. It is with a lot of gratitude that I welcome you once again to Sarova White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa, for yet another forum in which we critically look at the cooperative sector in our nation and beyond, and the opportunities for its growth into the future. And as you can see, there are so many opportunities. It is really amazing what cooperatives can do if we utilize all this potential. As majority of you will recall, we met in this same place last year for the inaugural Cooperative Stakeholder Forum that brought together cooperative leaders from the national and county governments, captains of the cooperative industry, academia, and development partners. We talk about academia. We have our deans are here from the Cooperative University of Kenya. Our director research is here, director ICD is here, our MD ATC. So we have a lot of expertise and also other staff from the university. So members of the cooperative movement, you have been asking, where is the university? The university is here. Can I request all the staff of the university to just rise wherever you are? Just stand where you are. We want to recognize you. We have a very strong team that is here. When you have an opportunity, interact with these people and harvest from the rich potential that we have from the university. Thank you so much. Yeah, and they all have this orange. We also have members of the council who are seated here. They'll be recognized by our chair of council. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, during that forum that brought together over 200 participants representing the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSME Development, 13 county governments, 31 cooperative societies, and 10 national cooperative organizations and development partners, one of the resolutions directed CUK to make this forum annual. Further, it was agreed that the signature characteristic of the forum that brings together all cooperative sector stakeholders to deliberate on matters that affect the entire movement and not only a section of it be maintained. Ladies and gentlemen, as you will recall, it was resolved to hold future fora during the month of June. This year we brought on board a new partner, the Platform Cooperative Consortium, PCC, not only to assist us in planning the forum, but also to assist in according the cooperative movement a broader perspective on the potential of the sector, with particular regard to the rapidly changing dynamics driven by technology. We owe our clients, the cooperative movement stakeholders, the very best. We need to give our partners and ourselves sufficient time to prepare and mobilize guests from across the world to come to Mombasa for this forum. And we have heard from Professor Treba that we are expecting delegates from over 30 countries. We are looking forward to this segment of the conference. So this will be, most of these international guests will join us during the second segment of the joint conference starting from Wednesday to Friday. However, moving forward, we'll put in place measures to ensure that these conference dates are predictable so that you can plan your activities, so that you are able to actually put it in your calendar and you are able to slot this important forum into your schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, the planning of this conference took a lot of time and resources. The State Department for Cooperatives and PCC were our partners in this endeavor, including participating as steering committee members. And I really want to appreciate the State Department of Cooperatives led by the Principal Secretary, Mr. Patrick Kilembi, who will be joining us for the PCC conference together with their team. They were really very key factor in the steering committee, attended our meetings and were able to really support us in the organization. I thank you wholeheartedly for the support. To add to this group, our own conference sponsors who answered to our request for support, some from within the movement and other well-wishers and development partners, please accept our sincere appreciation. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, this year's conference is on the theme, Digital Africa Rising. Without anticipating what our esteemed keynote speakers and panelists have in store for us, we will concentrate our efforts for the first 2 days on the status of digitization and digitalization in our cooperatives in Kenya and their potential, where we are now as far as adoption of technology is concerned. We will then escalate this debate into the international arena during the PCC conference, where we'll put our case, but we will also get to interact and learn about what is happening to the cooperative movement at the continental level and globally. Thereafter, we'll have a way forward that will inform our future at policy and institutional levels. We therefore call on each one of us to be attentive and fully participate when called upon to share views, ask questions, and propose solutions for a better cooperative movement that serves all. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please allow me to welcome the chairman of the University Governing Council, Dr. Jeremy Bundi, to come and recognize members of our governing council present, and also to give his remarks and bless us to proceed with the conference. Thank you very much. Karibu Bwana Chairman.
Good morning, cooperators. Yeah, for the 10 years I worked in Cooperative Bank, I feel a cooperator, and I'm still a cooperator after living so many years, 2004. It's my duty now, before making my little remarks, to introduce the CUK Governing Council, whom we as a council felt is very important to attend this conference, because last year they did not attend the conference. The CUK management, you did a good job, and let the members of the council know especially what goes on in the partnership of cooperatives and the university. I would like to start with Mr. Peter Wanjoy, who represents the Principal Secretary for State Department for Cooperatives and Research. Peter Wanjoy, thank you very much. And you should sit at the front. Come near the VC, please. You are the governing council of the university. I would like also to introduce Peris Onsario, independent council member, very experienced in governance. I'd also like to introduce Mr. John Kihara, who he has been residing in Canada for a long time, but he has decided to come back to Kenya. He's a council member of this university. I would like to introduce also Mr. Chris Ogechi, who has been a registrar of the University of Nairobi many years, very experienced in registrar's work. I'd like also to introduce Mr. Chris Kariuki. Kariuki represents the State Department for Education, the Ministry of Education in our university. You also like to introduce Wakili Elizabeth Kimkung, who is also a legal mind in the council. We have in absentia, who is on the way, Madam Susan Karori, who is on the way. She represents the Treasury in our council. As you note, this is the Cooperatives University has 3 council members, and 3 who represents from the Treasury, Minister of Education, and the cooperatives. That's the importance of the cooperatives to the government of the Republic of Kenya. As you have seen in my introductions, This is the council which is gender-based. You can see we have how many? 3 honorable ladies, civil, and 4 honorable ladies and 4 honorable gentlemen. Very balanced. And I thank the government for that balancing. So we have no gender problems in the University Council. My colleague members of the University Council, Governing Council, our chief guests and co-partners in the Joint Cooperatives Conference, the founding director of the platform Cooperativism Consortium, Professor Trevor Shores, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kamau, members of CUK Board of Management and Senate present, distinguished guests and leaders of the national, county governments, and the cooperative movement. In this juncture, I would also like to recognize the ICA Africa representative, Dr. Shioge, the director of the CEO of Sasila, Mr. Kamande for Nachu, representing the other cooperatives. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to join members of the University Governing Council, Management and Senate in welcoming you to the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference 2024. From the very onset, I appreciate the national government through the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSME Development for supporting us in organizing this conference as key partners. Indeed, when the idea of holding the first conference came up, we visited the then Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Simon Cherugui, and requested for the ministry's support in organizing the conference. He graciously agreed, and that is how we were able to host a successful inaugural conference. This year, Honorable Cherugui went further to form a multi-stakeholder steering committee to plan for the conference. I therefore want to thank the ministry for being a firm pillar of support for the university and playing a critical role to ensure that CUK occupies its rightful place as the intellectual arm of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, through Professor Trevor Shores, I want to pay special tribute to the Platform Cooperativism Consortium, PCC, the global think tank operating from the New School in New York, for choosing the Cooperative University of Kenya as the host of its annual conference this year on behalf of the African continent. I'm aware that PCC has been organizing the annual conference across the world since 2009, with the most recent one having been held in India. I'm glad to note that our Deputy Vice Chancellor, FPA, Professor Esther Gicheru, represented the university at this great conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cooperative University of Kenya is a unique institution. Though the university is mandated to offer education, training, and conduct research, and in this case, like all the other universities, it is assigned a special mandate of emphasizing its activities on cooperative development. Hence, in a sense, CUK is a specialized university. For that reason, we endeavor to support the cooperative sector through offering quality training of our students to support the sector once they graduate. We also conduct consultancies for capacity building of boards, management, and staff of the cooperatives. The hosting of this conference is therefore in fulfillment of our mandate to you as the stakeholders of the cooperative movement. In this regard, we thank you for supporting us achieve our mandate and promise to continue working towards strengthening of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, the ones who know about digital or data updates, I always like, as the cooperative members arrived, Cooperative Bank, I would have liked to give that comment when they were here. Because when I joined the bank in 1994, before the infamous bomb blast, we had no offsite storage of data. We went as management meeting, and I remember a very young gentleman who was a very young manager in the bank in those years, before the bomb burst, requested us, suppose our data is destroyed by a terrorist, where would the bank be? And I think with that management that time, they quickly thought about having an offsite storage just near the cooperative bank. We have the staff training center. They started having a diskette. You know that time of the diskettes, the ones who are digital. They started having an offsite storage for a diskette every day to our staff training center. That young gentleman, I think he saved the bank. Because when the bomb blast came, the data of the previous day, which was cumulative, was already at the staff training center. And I'm telling you frankly from the bottom of my heart, if we had not done that, the cooperative bank would have suffered greatly. So digitizing, as Professor Trevor said, is very, very important. Where do we cooperatives or SACCOs, where do you keep your data if it is destroyed? I would like, as the Vice Chancellor will inform and Professor Nyamongo will inform, we as a council allowed and support the university to have an innovation hub and a data center. So it is your data center is your innovation hub. You as cooperatives, SACCOs and all the other cooperators, please liaise with Professor Ngamau and Professor Nyamongo. Utilize that innovation hub. It can be very important for you. It can be God sent. We are getting old, unless the future remain for the cooperatives. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish all of us fruitful deliberations that will lead to a more prosperous sector. That is a ray of hope for our people in Kenya and the world. With these few remarks, and aware that the official opening will happen later during the week of the conference, I grant the university leadership blessings and blessings from my council to proceed with the conference deliberations as we wait for the great opening on Wednesday. Thank you very much, and God bless you all cooperators, and you are most welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Much appreciated. Please let's appreciate our chair once more. Thank you, and a round of applause for our council members. Let's appreciate all of them, please. And thank you also for creating time to be ministers and also to sit through our deliberations as we go on with the conference. Now, with the blessings of the chair of the governing council, we can be able to proceed on with our program as we await to the official opening that is going to be done on Wednesday afternoon by our CS in charge of cooperatives and MSMEs, Wycliffe Oparanya, who is going to be our chief guest amidst other dignitaries that you're going to be receiving on Wednesday. Now, at this moment, I would like to just run through on a few issues regarding our program, and thereafter usher us to go out for the photo session as we take our 10 o'clock tea to be able to take on now our first session. So immediately after our 10 o'clock tea break, which should take us to 11:45, I request we be here by 11:45 to be able to allow the first speaker. We are going to have a session which is more or less a recap and a status of implementation of the resolutions of the first cooperative movement stakeholders annual conference. As I mentioned earlier, we agreed that out of this forum, we shall have the resolutions, and we shall follow through to ensure that what these great leaders, what you discuss here and pass, is in actual fact implemented, and we report back to you. So the first session will be to report back to the leaders of the cooperative movement, how far you've gone into the implementation of the first conference that was held here last year. Then thereafter, we'll have our keynote speaker from NACHU, none other than a CEO, Mr. Francis Dr. Commander Engineer, who is here with us already and lined up. And kindly, I request that we, all of us, be attentive to be able to receive a lot of knowledge that is going to be given to us. And thereafter, we'll have our second keynote speaker, Mr. Simon Tanui, who already also unbriefed, is already around and ready for us. And we'll be able to have also a session later on in the day, within that mid-morning session from the CEO SASRA, Mr. Peter Juguna, who is already here with us. So that is going to be the order of the activities, and therefore I request that, being a packed morning, and this is how we are going to handle it, we'll give all our keynote speakers ample time to deliver the message to us. Thereafter, we'll have a panel session which is scheduled for this afternoon, and these keynote speakers will be there to answer all the questions that we may have, so that we grant them some good time. We had some lessons we learned in the last conference, so that to avoid a lot of interruptions and to give the speakers adequate time to deliver their keynote, we request that we will note all the questions, the concerns, any input, and we have a session, a panel discussion, where the same speakers will also sit in as part of and parcel of that panel to be able to answer to all our queries. Now, at this moment, without further ado, I would like now to request that we will be upstanding and we'll be able to go and enjoy our cup of tea outside on my right. It's already served for us, but as you do that, we'll have a photo, a group photo, which is already organized by the media team outside the photo booth at the entrance. Thank you so much. Enjoy your cup of tea. Asanteni.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Sarawai Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that break technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cok.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs, which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa, from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Sarawak White Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that bridge technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cuk.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa, from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Superhighway Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that bridge technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cok.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Superhighway Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that bridge technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cok.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I am looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Saroba White Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that break technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cuk.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website, conference.cuk.ac.ke. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa, from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Sarawak White Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that break technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cuk.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa, from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Sarawak Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that break technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.cuk.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa, from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Superhighway Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that break technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.co.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September. For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724 311 606. The Cooperative University of Kenya. Quality cooperative training.
My name is Professor Kamau Gamau, Vice Chancellor at the Cooperative University of Kenya. I wish to invite all our partners and stakeholders in the cooperative movement to the Joint Cooperative Conference 2024, which brings together the second Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference and the Platform Cooperativism Consortium Conference. The participants and the delegates shall deliberate on key concerns of the cooperative sector in Kenya and beyond under the theme Digital Africa Rising. Delegates attending this conference will gain tremendous transformative insights into the latest trends and best practices in cooperative development. Our commitment as a university in this conference is to usher in a future where digital transformation will be the key ingredient in delivering social justice and driving infrastructure, education, healthcare, agriculture, and technology advancements in cooperatives. To register for the conference, visit our website conference.cuk.ac.ke. I am looking forward to seeing you at Saroba White Sands Beach Resort and Spa, Mombasa from the 4th to 8th of November 2024.
Greetings to all champions of Kenya's cooperative movement. I am pleased to invite you to the second Cooperatives Movement Stakeholders Conference and Platform Cooperativism Consortium under the theme Digital Africa Rising. This event will be held from 4th to 8th November 2024 at Superhighway Sands in Mombasa County. Building on the energy and unity we experienced at last year's inaugural conference, Digital Africa Rising will focus on accelerating digital transformation across our sector. This is an opportunity for us to come together, learn and drive innovations that empower our cooperatives for greater impact and resilience. Join us to explore digital solutions that break technology and cooperatives, preparing our sector to thrive in a digital future. Register now at our conference.co.ac.ke. Let us work together to shape the future of the cooperative movement in Kenya and beyond. I look forward to seeing you in Mombasa. Thank you.
Welcome to the Cooperative University of Kenya, a modern public university that helps you discover your potential and nurture it to the highest level. Our world-class faculty, state-of-the-art resources and consistency in quality guarantee immense opportunities for all our graduates. We admit both self-sponsored and government-sponsored students for all our degree, diploma and certificate programs which are validated by both CUE and TVETA. We also offer courses through online, open and distance learning. Apply today. Intakes in January, May and September.
Thank you.
For more information, visit our website www.cuk.ac.ke or call 0724
request that those of us who are outside there, please you come in, get settled so that we can be able to start off the next session. So I request that our ushers, you request our delegates and our visitors who are out there to get in, get settled so that we can be able now to start off the next session as I prepare to hand over the microphone to my co-moderator of the day, Professor Kennedy Waweru. Now, as Professor Waweru prepares to come forward, I would like to announce from the registration desk that please ensure that you have your name tags with you, because this name tag gives you access to all the material that you require, the programs, and also the content that is going to be projected here is also going to be accessible via this QR code. Then number two, you realize that the name tag again, you also handed over a meal can for the same again. So it's very important if you're there and you've not registered, we need please to know that you are around. So ensure that you pass by the registration desk, register so that you can be able to acknowledge who is here for purposes even of preparing for your meals and other services from the hotel. So please make sure that you do register, have the name tag with you, and also the meal can handed over to you. So ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished participants, at this moment, it's my humble duty again to invite my co-moderator, Professor Ken Waweru, who is the Director of Research and Innovation at the Cooperative University of Kenya, to come and take us through the next session of the program. Professor, you're most welcome.
So thank you very much, Registrar. Let's appreciate the Registrar for having carried that session in the morning. Now we are going into the second session, and within this second session, we will have 4 speakers. Just like the Registrar briefed us in the morning, we want to begin by just looking back at what we agreed last year and what we have achieved. Very important that this forum does not become a forum to just talk. When we make resolutions, we want to find out how far we have gone. And to be able to take us through that session is Professor Wycliffe Oboka. Professor Oboka is an associate professor in the School of Cooperatives and Community Development at the Cooperative University of Kenya. And rightly to take us through the cooperative report of the first Cooperatives Stakeholders Forum. He is the director of the Institute of Cooperative Development. And this is the arm that is charged with the responsibility of reaching out to the cooperative movement at the university. Professor Oboka has 17 years of work as an academic. He is a researcher and a consultant in the field of disaster risk management and sustainable development, which also includes working with cooperatives to ensure sustainability. Now, he has a special focus using cooperatives as a vehicle for climate change mitigation and climate change adaptation, disaster risk reduction and resilience building in the drought-prone areas of Kenya. So join me in welcoming Professor Wycliffe Oboka to take us through the first Stakeholders Forum report. Karibu, Professor. Makofi kwa Professor.
Asante. Thank you so much, Professor Waweru, the Chair of Council, Dr. Jeremy Bundi, all members of Council present, management of the Cooperative University of Kenya, led by Professor Kamau Ngamau, all delegates who have made it to this important event in the cooperative movement this year. Good morning. As has been said, my name is Oboka, and we want to take some few minutes to look back to last year in the first Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Conference, and look back at the action areas we agreed upon and see how much we've been able to achieve in implementing what we resolved. And just to remember that the first Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Annual Conference was held in this same place on 13th to 15th June 2023. The theme of that year's conference was Cooperative Business Model for Socio-Economic Transformation. There was very high level participation from the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs, led by the Cabinet Secretary then, Honorable Simon Chilgui. We had the Principal Secretary, Mr. Patrick Kilemi, the Commissioner for Cooperative Development, Mr. David Obonyo. We had representation from the Presidential Economic Transformation Secretariat, led by Mr. Steve Otieno. We had participation from different national cooperative organizations, including CAK, NACHU, New KPCU, Cooperative Bank of Kenya, CIC, Cusco, just to mention but a few. We had big representation from county governments across the country, and we had participation by international and regional cooperative development partners, including ILO, International Cooperative Alliance, ACDI VOCA, DGRV Kenya, Global Communities, among others. And from the 2 days of deliberations, a number of areas were identified that required action and reporting back in this by the Cabinet Secretary, and that's a big milestone. 2, it was agreed that there is need to mobilize cooperatives to support the government of Kenya agenda of transformation. And especially in the 6 pillars, including 6 pillars that have been identified by the government of Kenya as key for the development of our nation. And this is ongoing. A lot of training, seminars, advocacy has been undertaken. And among that is the Kenya Rural Transformation Center's digital platform project implemented by CUK, WindRAC project implemented by CUK, and Leadership for Change. 3, the government of Kenya, through the CS, was requested to equip CUK with the proportionate infrastructure to make the university be able to play a much bigger role in the cooperative movement. And this required a space for expansion of the university, and the status is that there are ongoing deliberations to enable CUK to acquire a piece of land adjacent to its main campus. The deliberations are going on. 4, it was agreed that there is need for training of cooperative sector on good governance, leadership, to attain public confidence, and to mobilize Kenyans to join cooperatives to empower agro-cooperatives. And the status is, a lot has been done around that by CUK through the Institute of Cooperative Development and the Training and Consultancy Services Limited, which are arms of the university in the cooperative movement. 5, it was agreed that there is need for the Cooperative Movement Stakeholders Conference to be held every year in the month of June. And we are here today as part of that spirit that is going to be an annual event. Though in November, for the reason the Vice Chancellor did speak to. 7, the meeting agreed the need to champion for worker cooperative business model in the country. A lot has been achieved around that. The worker cooperative model has been recognized in the Cooperative Bill 2024 in that spirit. So a lot of advocacy has gone on into that. Leadership of global communities, DAWI, the ministry has made that possible in adherence to that resolution. 8, it was agreed the need for to align CUK strategies and programs with the government priorities. The status is CUK Strategic Plan 2022 to 2027 has been revised to align the university's strategic plan and development blueprints with the better. 9, it was agreed that there is need to address gaps identified during the Coffee Reforms Forum held on 8th to 10th June 2023. The status is CUK, working with others, have developed a proposal for a project called Leveraging on Cooperative Advantage to drive bottom-up growth in agricultural and manufacturing services sector, shortly called CADBAG. And that has been shared by the ministry and other agencies with a lot of interest in the cooperative movement. 10, it was agreed the need to develop a curriculum targeting players in different value chains, coffee being one of them. And the status is the program has been developed, rolled out on governance and succession planning in a coffee value chain through IATC at the Cooperative University of Kenya. 11, it was agreed the need to build partnership between CUK and all county governments. The status is, on ongoing basis, CUK has been entering into memorandum of understanding with different counties. Last year, this was Nyeri County, Kakamega County, Tana River County, and there are discussions ongoing with other counties on the rolling basis. 12, it was agreed that there is a need to restructure and strengthen the value chains to enhance transparency. Action was supposed to be taken by State Department for Cooperatives and COG. And the status is that some work has been done in the coffee share fund, SDC subcommittees on the value chain, strong stakeholder input into the national and county government, Kenya Rural Transformation Center's digital platform. 13, it was agreed that there is a need to establish solid partnership between CUK, the Commissioner for Cooperative Development, and SASRA to strengthen the cooperative through harnessing and building capacity of staffs in the cooperatives. The status is that there is a revision of the current MOU between SASRA and CUK to strengthen that relationship. 14, the need to promote inclusion cooperative business model. And on this, this was supposed to be done by SDC, CUK, and Council of Governors, and we hope that we'll be getting some reactions as we go into the conference, what has been achieved around that. 15, an urgent need to support adoption and integration of digital technologies in cooperative management and operation. And a lot has been done around that, and in furtherance of that, this year's conference is focusing on technology adoption in cooperatives. And that is just part of the things being done as part of emphasizing the need for adoption of ICT in cooperative operation and management. 16, it was agreed there is need to promote universal compliance with ICA, cooperative identity, principles, and values across cooperative business models. We will be hearing probably as we go on how much is being achieved around that. 17, it was agreed the need to embrace STI and establish innovation and incubation hub for the cooperative movement. Status is that CUK is sourcing for funds to build an innovation hub at its current campus. Discussions are going on, and apart from that, the Cooperative Bill 2024 recognizes the importance of establishment of Cooperative Information and Research Center in furtherance of that resolution. 18, it was agreed that there is a conference resolved to deliberately support cooperative movement in northeastern and other ASAL counties of Kenya. And as a part of implementing that, CUK over the year engaged in training and capacity building for ASAL counties, including Wajir, Garissa, and this was in support by ACDI VOCA. And a lot of work is going on in Marsabit and other counties there as a way of supporting development of the cooperative movement within the ASAL counties. 19, it was agreed the need for employment of technical assistants, TS, extension officers to support farmers and cooperatives at grassroots levels. This was supposed to have been done, supported by SDC and Council of Governors on a continuous basis. And probably we'll get some feedback around that as we go in subsequent sessions in this conference. 20, it was agreed that the conference recommended establishment of cooperative departments at county levels to mirror what has happened at the national level through the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs. And in this spirit, the Cooperative Bill 2024 provides for county directors at county levels, and probably we'll get to hear more from counties as they engage through the conference. 21, there was need to develop a postgraduate diploma in cooperatives. And the status is the Cooperative University of Kenya has developed a diploma in cooperative development, and this is already at a Commission of University Education awaiting approval so that the universe can start rolling out. 22, the need for diploma course in coffee technology was found to be necessary, and the needs assessment to inform development of the course is ongoing. 23, the need to provide inter-circle lending to ensure cooperatives access affordable financing. That was a resolution made, and this has found its way into the Cooperative Bill 2024 proposed to establish a mechanism that allows that within the bill. 24, the need to engage the cooperative movement on the review of the cooperative principles, and this was supposed to have been championed by ICA, CAK, CUK, and the State Department for Cooperatives. Probably as we go on through the conference, there will be some feedback around that. 25, it was noted that there is need for appointment of a task force to work on cooperative regulations, and again, we'll get to hear around that as we go forward. 26, county governments to come up with the county cooperative bills in readiness for the National Cooperative Development Bill and regulations that are being established. I am aware some work has been going on in Tana River with the support of State Department for Cooperatives and the Cooperative University of Kenya, and it is our feeling that as we interact with the counties in this forum, more feedback will come on the floor. 27, sensitization of farmers to ensure they are able to access international markets. This was supposed to be done by SDC, CAK, CUK, and ongoing efforts are being done, championed by the Ministry of Cooperatives and SMEs and other players in that space. 28, a model for identifying and awarding outstanding corporate development support by counties. This was supposed to be done by CUK with support with other agencies, ILO, and the State Department for Cooperatives. Discussions are going on to bring stakeholders to buy into the idea to make it succeed. 29, annual technical forum for county cooperative officers to share ideas. And this has been taken up in the Cooperative Bill 2024, where there is a proposal for establishment of intergovernmental cooperatives relations technical forum. And lastly, there was noted to be a need to develop a tool to measure achievement of ICA principles at the cooperative level. This was supposed to have been taken mainly by ICA, CAK, and CUK, and the discussions are going on, and probably as we go on, we'll get to know how much has been achieved along that line. Thank you so much for listening to me, and probably as we go forward, we'll get a lot of feedback on other resolutions that need to involve wide participation by various agencies, where part of what they are doing we'll get to know as in forums, in sessions, plenary, where feedback can be found. Asante sana.
So let's appreciate Professor Uboka. Indeed, if you are following, quite a lot of the resolutions that were made have been implemented, and that is a good thing, that the discussions and the resolutions that are made here are followed through. Just like was also indicated in the morning, we want to provide our speakers with uninterrupted speaking time, and we will have them here later. Just note the questions that you may have, and we will have an interaction session in the afternoon. Now, we said today is dedicated to digitalization and digitization. And we know that the common bond that binds cooperatives are the social bonds between humans. And as we move to the digital era, I am sure we have noted that interactions are becoming remote. The human touch is, the distance for the human touch is forever increasing. What does that hold for the binds that bring together cooperators? For that, we want to welcome Dr. Francis Kamande, who will take us through the topic on managing cooperative identity crisis in the place, managing cooperative identity crisis, the place of cooperative principles in a digitizing era. This is a very good topic to begin with as we delve into other topics of digitization. Francis Kamande is the chairman of the National Housing Cooperative Union. He is the chair of the Cooperative Mediation Services, CMS. He's also the chair of German Kenya Cooperative NGO, which operates under DGRV Germany. He is a board member of several corporate organizations, and he has played a critical role in developing the housing bill, cooperative housing policies, and the cooperative bill that is currently in Parliament. He has been a member of several national task forces and has been awarded the Head of State Commendation. He has worked as a consultant in Kenya and several African countries. He is an academic and lectures at the CUK and Nicotas Bible University. In terms of qualifications, he holds several degrees that include an MBA, an MCM, a master's in psychology, an MACL, a PhD in psychology, and he is awaiting to defend his PhD in cooperative management. Join me in welcoming Dr. Francis Kamande.
God is good, and all the time